Hey there, this is Sasha from Halloween, and you're watching CMS TV.
Talk about how that works for you. And is it weird for you that this song, Cult of Personality, has
Uh-huh.
had two very distinct lives? Because it was very successful before wrestling, and now it's even more successful with wrestling. It's like two lives for one song.
Well, you know what's incredible about that is the story is really about CM Punk's connection to the song. And when we did WrestleMania the first time, he told me the story. He said, "Hey, when that song came out, I was in Little League in Chicago,
Right.
and our coach loved the song, and that song was our get out on the field music. So when he was 12,
Okay.
he Cult of Personality was how they used to run out on the field.
Okay.
And his team won the championship, the Little League championship, that year, right? So his kid, so this season, so why would so his connection to the song was real
Right.
and very personal. And that's when I said to myself, "Oh, I get it. I get it." And the fact that he went back to something that happened to him was positive in his younger days, and now he's a different kind of athlete doing a different kind of thing. He's like, "Yo, man, I'm gonna do it." I mean, our Cult of Personality is the final song from the last episode of The Walking Dead.
Right.
I mean, as a horror sci-fi fan, wow.
Sure.
I mean, songs have weird lives, and they have lives. I think about when the song was written. It was written in one day, and then the first time we played it at CBGB's, and the reaction to it, and everything that's happened since. It's had a life of its own, and it's had a pathway that we, of course, we did it. Right, but still, it's amazing to me. When I think of it, every time we play it, I feel honored to do it. I love the tune,
Sure.
and not because it's the biggest thing we did. I believe in the song. I believe in it.
It is Chris Akin Presents. I, of course, am Chris Akin. And today on the show, I am honored to be speaking with a legend. He is a Grammy Award winner. He is one of the top 100 guys that plays guitar and ever has, according to Rolling Stone.
Yeah, right.
He is in one of my all-time favorite bands, the band Living Colour. He, of course, is the great Vernon Reid. Vernon, how are you, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. It's great to talk to you, man. Great to speak once again, and it's great that you have this new record, Hoodoo Telemetry, coming out on October the 3rd. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've not heard the whole thing. I've only heard a couple of tracks, so you're gonna have to fill me in a little bit. But let's just start with maybe an overview. Tell us about Hoodoo Telemetry, and tell us about why now is a good time for you to be, kind of experimenting and doing a new record.
Yeah, man. Well, it's a record I started a while back before the pandemic, and then the pandemic happened, and which with all of its disruptions and sideways, action. It's a record that combines newer things with older things, some live things, some things that are kind of constructs, if you will. Um, and the first two singles, it's so interesting that they picked singles. Like, the first one is The Haunting, which features Kevin Webb on vocals. And the second one is Beautiful Bastard, which features Rashid on vocals. And I have some live tracks that I recorded with the band Burnt Sugar. I did a cover of Politician. I have a song called instrumental called "The Bronx Paradox," which is kind of like my Miles Davis inspired tribute to DJ Logic.
Okay.
And we did a version, a kind of Jetsons sci-fi version of Eddie Harris's great Freedom Jazz Dance.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So there's like, so it's a kind of, it's a funny record. It's got like a lot of different moods, a lot of different moves, a lot of different moods, and at a certain point during the making of it, I lost a really good friend of mine, the writer and critic Greg Tate.
Okay.
And Burnt Sugar is a band that he founded. He's like one of those critics who actually is an active musician.
Okay.
He took that on, right? So yeah, but we were friends for a really long time. He was one of the co-founders of the Black Rock Coalition back in the day, and so part of this record is me coming to grips with that, coming
Right
to
on.
grips with that.
Right on.
But yeah, but it's about a lot of different. My thing is always about the human condition, like where it is. It's not, my thing is much less than I'm making a fill in the blank record, or I'm
Hmm.
making or I'm making this genre, that genre record. I mean, even with Living Color, we were always all over the place. Like Cult of Personalities on the same record as Broken Hearts. You know what I mean?
Right. Sure.
So yeah. So that's the thing. And I got to work with a guitar legend in his own right. Ivan Julian was the engineer, and he was the guitarist for Richard Hell and the Voidoids. So
Okay.
he's kind of a punk guitar legend, you know. I got to work with Scotty Hard, who I worked with. He was an engineer on Mistaken Identity, and he's the mix engineer here. And then Mike Tucci mastered the whole thing.
Great. What is it for you these days, Vernon, as far as the creative process? I mean, you've worked with everybody, honestly, probably everybody that you've wanted to, and you've done so many different stylistic things that I don't think there's much left on your resume that you could still want to do. So what is it for you? Is it just that you're a musician and you're always creating, or do you still feel like you've got stuff to say?
You know what? Yeah, it's a weird thing because this situation is, let's be real, is youth oriented. It's who's next, who got next,
Right.
who's hot, who's flashy, who's groovy, who's cute. It's all of those things. So to deny that is to partake in delusion, right? That's a fact. But I look to the older artists too. I look to the Robin Trowers. You know, I look to a Robin Trower who's still perfecting that incredible vibrato of his. You know, that's that's kind of the thing, man. I'm still figuring out the human condition. I'm still figuring it out because we are a clever lot. What it is to be a human being in all of our shapes and sizes and colors and whatever. It's We're all in a dark room with our hands outstretched, hoping that we touch the opposite wall and not a gaping mouth. That's right. That's kind of the thing, right? And that's been part of it, man. It's like, okay, like Beautiful Bastard, right? It's so funny because it's a song as much about language
Hmm.
as it is about a situationship. Because the word bastard is usually gendered towards men,
Hmm.
like the word bitch is gendered towards women.
Right.
But as we know, we can flip flop. Everybody, dudes are calling each other bitches now all the time. It's
Right.
just what flavor of bitch they call. And if that's the case, then women can also be bastards. And that is a very specific thing because it's one thing to be a bitch, but to be a bastard is a whole other level, right?
Right.
It's a whole
Right.
other thing, right? Going back and forth. And this record, I wrote this about a situation with a woman in particular. and it was not a healthy relationship.
Right.
You know, it was what's the current phrase, entanglement? It was about an entanglement
Hmm.
that, that I fully was a part of it. I can't, a lot of times with tunes, you're putting it on the other person, or
Sure.
you're this, you're that. Like, one of the crucial lines in the song is "You're my disaster." You know, it's not "you're a disaster."
Right. You're mine.
You're my disaster. You know, and this is when two liars decide to be honest with each other. That's kind of what this is, kind of. You know.
Okay.
And
Sure.
it's in the tradition of the you know uh murder ballad. Fortunately, in real life, we didn't kill each other.
Right.
uh we both managed to walk away from the wreck and get on with our lives.
Right.
But Rashid does such a great job vocally, and he brings the words to life. And yeah, so this is a song that I had for a while, and I was just like, you know what, I'm ready for this to come out. And I changed I never liked the original guitar solo, and I came up with one that I really liked on this
Okay.
one. And Mr. Steve Jenkins played fabulous bass on it, and DeAnthony Parks played great drums on it. Yeah,
Hmm.
yes, really happy with it.
Sure.
Welcome to the ultimate experience for hard rock and heavy metal fans. Introducing the CMS Locals VIP app, your #1 destination for all things on the CMS network. Dive into the classic metal show, Chris Akin Presents, Seth Williams Show, and more, all in one place. It's free to get started or elevate your experience with a subscription for just $4.99 a month. Go commercial free, get advance releases, and enjoy exclusive bonus episodes. Plus, it's the prime spot to chat with like-minded fans who love raw, uncensored commentary. Are you ready to rock? Download from your iOS or Android store, search for the CMS network, and join the community now. It's free, it's easy, and it's the best way to keep our shows with you every single day. Install the Locals.com app today and follow the CMS network.
Now, Vernon, I'm curious with you, and I've interviewed you a few times before, but we never did video, so you probably don't know that. But we've done this a few times, and I've asked you this before twice, and you've given me different answers. So I'm going to ask you a third time.
Wow, okay.
I'm going to give you.
I'm gonna give you a brand new one now too.
All right. I picture you, and I don't know you, but I mean, we've talked. I picture you as somebody that does not feel comfortable communicating with people without that guitar. Like, that's how you talk to people. Even though you're a fine speaker and you obviously have clear points, I take it from just like your partner in crime, in Living Color. When he sings, Corey, when Corey sings, he's presenting himself. I feel like when you're playing guitar, that's when you're presenting yourself. Do you feel like that's accurate, or do you feel like just because you're a guitar player, people assume that?
I think it's true. You know what? Here's what's weird, right? We're talking about aspects of the same personality,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's the same person, but me as playing guitar, and my thing is about flow state. I'm an improviser, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And so uh really that's the thing that's happening in guitar. When I'm talking, that's another aspect of the same being. It's another aspect, but it's not the same, it's another aspect of the
Mm-hmm.
same being. And some people can't talk. I can talk all day long. Blah, 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 blah. Right?
Right.
And but there's something about being in a particular state playing. Whether I'm in the studio or whether I'm on stage. There's something about when it's clicking, you're in a place, there's no right, there's no wrong, there's no up, there's no down, there's just the music. That's really what it is. It's kind of when people talk about the blues, you can say, oh, here's the structures 1 4 5, blah, you play these pentatonic. That's not what that's reducing it to the lowest thing. You play these scales on top of it.
Sure.
That's not what it is. What it is those things are happening. They're in the background. It's like sports, when someone's in a flow state, when somebody, when that ball is heading to the batter is going to hit. It's almost like in the microsecond before the bat hits you, oh, that's going over the fence.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a feeling. And a lot of times we're trying to get to that. And there's a different thing than when you're there. It's different when you're there. When you're 100%. When you're 100% there. And the whole thing, every time Living Color goes on stage, every time, I'm hoping to get out of my own way, to get out of the way with all my words and blah, 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 to get out of the way and manifest that moment in real time. Who we are, not just who I am, but who we all are in real time. That's the crazy thing about a band. It's like a band is also an entity. And when the band as entity does it, it's a phenomenal thing. It's phenomenal when it happens.
Sure. The only difference, though, and I'll throw this out there to you, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong. The only difference is when you're in a band, you're kind of in the box. When you're doing it yourself, there are no limits. There are no, well, it's got to fit the song. It's got to fit the mood. It's very different.
Well, the moments. Okay, yes and no, because those things are also self-imposed. So the band, you're in the box, right? And whatever the band, not just the band itself, but the history of bands.
Sure.
Oh, you know what I mean? And whether or not, when a band is rocking, it is a singular event. That's the end. It doesn't matter whether they've sold a ton of records. It doesn't matter if you went to a bar and you see a band that's rocking is rocking. It is kind of undeniable. Now, when you're on your own, okay, so I'm putting together a band to maybe do a show, for these songs, right? We rehearsed, you rehearsed it and all those things, right? So if everybody shows up and if everybody participates in the music, it can be phenomenal. It can be phenomenal. If in this, whether it's myself or whether it's a band that's been together for years.
Sure.
Think of it like a Chuck Berry. It's a pickup band. When he was alive, right? It's just a bunch of dudes. He doesn't know them, right? He just starts to play. Well, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be kind of a disaster because they're nervous. They're playing with Chuck. They're playing with a legend. He's scowling at them.
Right.
They forget their own names, and he just 45 minutes later, he's gone and whatever. But even with that could turn into magic. That could turn, but almost by accident, into magic. We want something at all times that we cannot legislate.
Right.
We cannot guarantee it. You have seen great situations not be great.
Sure.
Right? A band that's great cannot be great for whatever reason. There's a pebble in your shoe and you didn't get it out. Imagine you go on stage, you've got your Docs on,
right,
and there's a pebble under your heel. You can't take you can't, you know what I mean? Unless you're a certain kind of dude that's willing to take off their Doc Marten and pull out the pebble in their shoe. Which is total rock star shit to do.
Right.
If you do that. But Most people ain't gonna do that because it's embarrassing. It's weird. What are you doing? And
Right.
that's the thing. So yeah, man. So yeah, you're in the box. Is the box the arena? Is the box? You know what? Okay. Great example.
Okay.
We opened for Avenged Sevenfold
Okay.
at the Garden, right?
Mhm.
And this is Living Color, right?
Yeah.
And it was a crazy situation because the Cure had been there for 3 days in a row, and their loadout went out. Their loadout was messed up, and so it pushed everything back.
Okay.
Right. So there was a middle bit. There was Avenged Sevenfold, and then and it just messed up everything, and we
Sure.
kind of barely got a line check.
Okay.
Right, and it was. And people were coming in the room, and it was like, holy shit. So we barely got a line check. We got a line check. We went off stage. We essentially turned around and went back on stage. And it was a great show. It was
Right.
we went in and just hit it.
Mm-hmm. So it's almost like taking the comfort away made you more hungry to do it better or something to that line.
Well, you know what? Yeah. I hesitate to even go that far. It could have easily, we had every right for it to be terrible because the situation was terrible. But instead of that, we went up, and it was something about being in the Garden, and we did it.
Sure.
We did it. Now you can turn around. I mean, there are times when it's like you could assume, oh man, it's good, it's better, and not do it.
Right.
And that's the weird thing is we're always playing. I think everybody is playing on that line, whether you know it or not. It's because there's something, because the best laid plans, right? If it goes sideways, there you are, right?
Right.
And it's really about what you do next at all times. What you do next.
Right on. Definitely.
What you do next. What you do next.
Right on. Hey, it's Chris Akin from the Classic Metal Show, Chris Akin Presents, and the Seth Williams Show, straight from the uncensored heart of the CMS network. We've just been crowned a certified Rumble creator, and that means we're bringing the heat. All our shows, commercial free, baby. Advanced episode drops, sometimes months before the normal release, so you're not stuck waiting. You'll get all this plus exclusive content for Rumble Premium subscribers that'll blow your mind. And with Rumble Premium, you'll get every CMS Network show and all of Rumble's other videos with no ads and no fluff. This is our official home, Rumble. It's raw, powerful, and unfiltered. You want in? Just hit us up at rumble.com/register/classic metal show to sign up for free commenting, chat live, and just your ability to join the chaos of all of our shows. Then while you're there, swing by any of our videos, smash that Rumble Premium button, and level up. Subscribe now. Don't sleep on this. Hit the link in the description. Vernon, let me ask you a question or two that's not necessarily related to the record, but is current history for you. Start with April 19th. Obviously, you guys were, you performed at WrestleMania in front of a humongous crowd, and certainly your song Cult of Personality has become legendary with CM Punk. There's no secret about that or anything, but talk about how that works for you. And is it weird for you that this song, Cult of Personality, has had two very distinct lives? Because it was very successful before wrestling, and now it's even more successful with wrestling. It's like two lives for one song.
Well, you know what's incredible about that is the story is really about CM Punk's connection to the song. And when we did WrestleMania the first time, he told me the story. He said, hey, when that song came out, I was in Little League in Chicago.
Right.
And our coach loved the song, and that song was our get out on the field music. So when he was 12,
Okay.
he Cult of Personality was how they used to run out on the field.
Okay.
And his team won the championship, the Little League championship, that year, right? So his kid, so so why would his connection to the song was real
Right.
and very personal. And that's when I said to myself, "Oh, I get it. I get it." And the fact that he went back to something that happened to him was positive in his younger days, and now he's a different kind of athlete doing a different kind of thing. He's like, "Yo, man, I'm gonna do it." I mean, our Cult of Personality is the final song from the last episode of The Walking Dead.
Right.
I mean, as a horror sci-fi fan, wow.
Sure.
I mean, songs have weird lives, and they have lives. I think about when the song was written. It was written in one day, and then the first time we played it at CBGB's, and the reaction to it, and everything that's happened since. It's had a life of its own, and it's had a pathway that of course, we did it, right? But still, it's amazing to me. When I think of it, I don't. Every time we play it, I feel honored to do it. I love the tune,
Sure.
and not because it's the biggest thing we did. I believe in the song. I believe in it.
Well, I mean, it's a great song. Obviously, it stood for 40 years. That all by itself says it. Are you surprised? Just and not because of CM Punk as a person. I don't know him. I'm sure you do.
Yeah,
But just
yeah.
in general, that he has been so loyal to you. Because for people that don't follow WWE real well, they have their own team that does music for
Right.
virtually every other wrestler except CM Punk. But he was loyal enough to you guys when he went to AEW, and then when he came back to WWE to keep you guys in the mix.
Well, I certainly appreciate it. And again, I think that that's a tribute to his personal connection. His connection to the song and his connection to us. We dig him. He's a good dude. And
Right
and really, that's the end. And that's kind of it.
Okay.
That's it. It's not something you define, or it's like kind of like why you dig one person and can't stand the next. The person you can't stand they ain't done nothing to you. You know what I mean? Or you dig? Yeah, I mean that's kind of it's funny. It's funny how we are with people, almost at all stages. That there's one checkout girl. She cracks her gum in a certain way, and it's like I would rather deal with her attitude than check myself out.
Right. No, I
Right?
hear you. Yeah, no, you're
And
right.
it's not,
100%.
right?
Yep, 100%.
Because even people could occupy a space people could occupy a space for you that's not friendship and not, but okay, you accept the way they fill their space.
Yeah, and you respect it. And you respect it.
And you respect it. This person's attitude, you can say, this person is doing the best that they can, or this person does that thing. And that's kind of amazing. That's why character actors work. That's why certain things work. That's why podcasts work, right? Like a particular person with a particular bug up their bum, and they just resonate with you because you understand it. Or anytime somebody says something that you can relate to as a human being, it's we're a world of strangers.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And when you got something in common, that you're annoyed. Like I could tell. I could. We don't have the time. Like I was going to my gym,
Hmm.
and my right earbud fell out of my ear,
Okay.
and I swear I thought it went under the front seat of my car. I
Right.
couldn't find it, and
Right.
I'm thinking I am losing my workout time because I can't find my right earbud.
Right.
It was incredibly frustrating. And then I went, okay, find my earbud. So I go to press find my earbud,
Hmm.
and my earbud had come out of my ear and fell into my bag that I just opened.
Right.
And it was like so ridiculous and so insane and so stupid, that's but think about it. That's a
Yeah.
dumb story, but we lived that. That's
Yeah.
once the earbud was invented, and it's gonna
Hmm.
bounce somewhere, and
Right.
you think it went there, and it didn't go there, and I spent 10 minutes looking for this thing. You know what I
That's
mean? And
funny.
that's what I'm talking about, man.
Sure. Well, Vernon, let me ask you one more question before we wrap this
Sure.
one up, and this will be probably a quick one, but
Yeah.
you obviously were one of the chosen that got to play the back to the beginning, and
Yeah.
an amazing performance from you. Amazing performances, really, from everybody. I
Yeah.
sat here in the States and watched all 11 hours or whatever it was and didn't move a
Yeah.
muscle. Talk about the experience and talk specifically about in a world in the Ozzy Osbourne bubble,
Yeah.
it's all about guitar players. And for
Right.
you who never really played with him to be chosen as one of those to represent, that had to be an honor, no?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing about it is that Ozzy was so transcendent
Mm-hmm.
in his influence, right? His band invented metal, and people would quibble about that, whatever, but that's a fact.
Fact, sure.
And he also changed what it meant to be a celebrity. He changed so many different
Mm-hmm.
things, because there's what he did with Sabbath, and then there's what he did on his own, and all the incredible players that he introduced,
Sure.
to the world. For myself, I always go back to hearing War Pigs and the effect that War Pigs from Sabbath had on me, because the song, and Sabbath was never really thought of as a political band, whatever. But
Right.
it's as anti-war a song as any anti-war song
Absolutely.
I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
And to be to witness the final performance of Sabbath playing War Pigs was it's to say epic
Sure.
is to understate it. It was, and the outpouring of love towards him.
Mm-hmm.
I was very thankful, that Tom Morello invited me, and I got to. I mean, I saw so many people I hadn't seen. I hadn't seen Slash in years, and
Sure.
got a chance to check. I William Duvall, who's been a dear friend from Alice in Chains.
Mm-hmm.
See Jerry Cantrell, and it was a beautiful day. My boys, Anthrax are my boys,
Sure.
and that was a beautiful,
Sure.
beautiful thing to
Were
be a
you
part of.
nervous? It's a
Sure.
huge event. I imagine everybody's nervous, yes?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I hear you. Nice. Well, it was a great performance. I will say that. As is the new material from you, Vernon Reid's Hoodoo Telemetry, out on October the 3rd. Make sure you get it. Where's the best place we could send people, Vernon, to buy it or to pre-order or all that stuff?
Well, it's available on Spotify. All the usual blah blah blah. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
an Apple Music guy. I mean, certainly Amazon Music will have it available.
Sure.
There will be vinyl at some point. You
Okay.
know, but check the socials. It's Mascot. The label is Mascot,
Okay.
and they are pretty on point with stuff. So,
Very
you'll
good.
be able to find out stuff from them.
Excellent. Well, one more time, it is Hoodoo Telemetry. It is Vernon Reid. And Vernon, it's been fun. Thanks for joining me here
It's
on.
been, man, it's been fun. It's fun finally see you, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Many times. And also we're working Living Color, we're working on writing the next Living Color record.
Nice.
So we'll keep you in the loop on that.
So we'll do this again in 6 months or whatever.
Whatever.
Right on.